Shalom, shalom, mishpocha. Welcome to another edition of Ray Bash's Ramblings. I'm your host, Rabbi Yehuda ben Shomer, and today I'm going to be talking about Black Hebrewism. Now, before I get into reading the blog I wrote regarding Black Hebrewism, let me preface it with this. I believe that Adam and Eve and Noah and his wife were black. Scientifically speaking, I don't see how it could be any other way. For there to be such variation of color in the human race, you have to have a lot of melanin, skin tone, skin color, before you can have a lack of it. You can't have it the other way around. You can't have hardly any melanin or skin color and all of a sudden have more. It just doesn't work that way. So I believe that Adam and Eve, and I believe that Noah and his wife were black, and according to Jewish tradition and of the rabbis and sages of blessed memory, that either Noah and his wife had triplets, or the three sons they had at separate times. But nonetheless, whether they were triplets or whether they were birthed at different times, they are said to have had various shades of melanin. You have Ham, which is the father of all the black peoples of the world and their ethnicities. Even the old woodcut pictures in Bibles show Pharaoh as a black man. Ham was the father of the Canaanites, and they were known as a very dark people. I do not believe that Ham or his son was cursed with dark skin color because of some sort of sin or some sort of curse that Noah put upon them. That's ridiculous, because Noah himself was black. The color of their skin had nothing to do with the curse that's mentioned in Scripture. You have Shem, which is the father of all the Semitic and Arabic peoples, which he was dark-skinned as well, but not as dark as his brother Ham. Then you have Japhet, or Japheth, which is believed to be the father of all the Caucasian and Asian peoples of the world, and he had the lightest amount of skin color. And that is how, after the flood, we have all the various different ethnicities and skin colors and skin tones in the world today. Now, regarding the tribes of Israel, we know that Rachel and Leah, who married Jacob, later known as Israel, that he was Jewish. He was from Shem through Abraham and Isaac, and so he was that middle-of-the-road skin color, and his relatives, being also his wives, Rachel and Leah, were of the same skin color. But the Scripture says nothing about the handmaids, Zilpah and Bilhah, whom he had some of the tribes through. They could have been Hamitic women. We don't know. But I do know this, that Zilpah is the mother of Gad, and Gad had a son named Eri. And their descendants can be found in Nigeria, and they are now called the Ibu people. So the Ibu people is descendant from the tribe of Gad through Gad's son Eri, and they are black people. So it is very possible that Zilpah could have been Hamitic. We just don't know for sure. So that's a good guesstimate, so to speak. And also, I believe the original Egyptians before the Hyksos came in were black, because I don't think it's any coincidence that a lot of the Egyptian ruins dating before the Hyksos have their noses and lips knocked off to hide the fact of their clearly Hamitic features. So I wanted to preface what I'm about to read with this. And the reason I am talking about this today is because I'm desperately trying to help the Ibu people of Nigeria, the sons and daughters of Gad. And I've approached many Messianic congregations to little to no avail. Either I get total silence or no response, or I get a very curt no thank you. And I think people are trying I think they believe that I'm trying to promote this Black Hebrewism, which I'm not. So let me read word for word from this blog so I make myself totally plain and clear. There is no reason to get deep into this subject, but to be logical, short and sweet and to the point. The Black Israelite or Black Hebraic movement many times tends to be the black version of white supremacist groups, movements, and organizations. The majority of what they say is half-truths, as well as historical and scholarly manipulated propaganda. They give real and proven black Jews of Africa, such as the Lemba, who are proven to be of the Israeli tribe of Levi genetically through DNA tests, and the Ibu, which comes from the Israeli tribe of Gad through Gad's son Eri. they give them, the black Hebrews and black Israelites give these legitimate black Jews a bad name. Because of the bad taste and exclusivity of the message of black Hebrewism and black Israelitism has left in the mouth of Messianic and Natsari Judaism at large, it makes it difficult to solicit support for these black Jews from dominantly white or lighter-skinned Messianic and Natsari congregations. Jews and Hebrews come from Shem, the son of Noah, which was of a dark complexion and was the father of all the Semitic and Arabic peoples. But Shem was not as dark as his brother Ham, who was the father of all the black ethnicities. Japheth was the father of all the Caucasian ethnicities. Some Jews today are black because of interracial relationships due to the exiles and captivities and pogroms and the persecutions of the Jewish people, the sons of Abraham, have endured throughout the ages. Also, there's a strong possibility that some of the handmaids of Jacob, from which some of the tribes were born, may have been black, and thus some of the tribes of Israel may have been darker in color than the other tribes. Today, because of the diaspora, the seed of Abraham has found its way into all the people groups of the earth, and now we have Jews of every color and ethnicity. So finally, in closing, I want to make it very, very plain and very, very clear that I have nothing whatsoever against interracial marriages. Because Moses himself married a Hamitic woman, an Ethiopian, a black woman, and Moses' sister Miriam slandered Moshe, committed lashon hara, evil tongue against Moshe because of this fact. And what did God do to her? God struck her with za'aretz, with leprosy, to say, hey, this isn't right. Shlomo, Solomon, King Solomon, the Song of Solomon is all about his love between him and a black woman. So I have nothing against interracial marriages. I do have something against where you have a marriage that is unequally yoked, where you have two different faiths marrying, where you have a Christian marrying a Jew or a Muslim marrying a Jew or whatever. Jews ought to marry Jews. We need to stay within our own faith because there's just a lot of this is just another video, another subject for another time. But my point is, I wanted to make clear, I have nothing against interracial marriages or relationships. I have good friends, and I even have some relatives who have interracially married and have beautiful interracial children that are very close and dear to my heart. I have a niece who's black. So I have no problem with that, and I just want to make that clear because I know that there are some people out there who may want to take this video and what I'm saying out of context. So thank you for watching. Shalom and Shavua Tov.